Good morning, ghouls and ghosties, and welcome to the 24th of June. That is right, we are nearing the end of June, and we actually have passed the summer solstice at this point. In the past, if you are new here, the summer solstice became our first official haunt hunting day. That was because usually there were a couple stores putting out full sections at that point. One of those usually being Joann Fabrics. So we aren't in official haunt hunting mode currently. My area is kind of behind everywhere, I feel like. So this haunt hunting / spooky stalking video, I don't really know what it's going to end up being yet, could possibly be lost media if you're not seeing this at this point. So obviously if you're seeing this and you're hearing me, that's a good sign. Let me explain. If you remember, 1 week ago, we did start our spooky stalking and we were able to find a full Halloween display at Michael's. But I don't consider haunt hunting to officially start until 2 stores start to put out Halloween sections. I say that you may never see this because if no more stores add anything out this week, I'm gonna scrap this and we're just gonna get rid of all this footage. But if you're seeing this, that should mean that we found more than last week. I'm thinking we're gonna go back to basically all the same places as we did last week, and hopefully we will start to see more. I, on many of the Facebook groups, have now seen not only most people's Cracker Barrels putting out the Halloween sections, but a lot of people seeing at homes finally starting to put things out. So other areas where it does take a bit longer are starting to see some go out. Plus, people are seeing HomeGoods already putting out spooky decor. And I'm not talking Summerween. Like, people are seeing Halloween for sure, like for certain actual Halloween items going out at their HomeGoods. Now, HomeGoods is one where I always count on it being early in the season, but early as in after the 4th of July, basically almost always the 5th of July. It would be crazy and so exciting if we actually saw HomeGoods items. A spooky update for you guys as well is that Bath & Body Works has announced that they're actually doing their online VIP rewards member preview on the 30th of June. When you guys are seeing this, only like a couple days from now. Bath & Body Works is very, very confusing this year. Nobody can really tell if this is a Summerween collection and they'll later be doing a more classic Halloween collection, or if this is kind of it. Everything they're previewing and showing is very, very far from traditional. Like, it's all kind of based around like bakeries and sweets and pink. It's very much not something that they kind of normally do, and they're usually all over the place, but it's even far from that, I would say. So it's very confusing, but that stuff, the more like whimsical pink and bubbly stuff, is going to be released on the app for rewards members the 30th, and then I think it's July 7th it will be in store. Now, I'm not seeing a lot that I really like in it, as in actually I don't even think I like anything. But anyways, all that is kind of besides the point. This week we're going to be going to all the same usual suspects, any place that I think may possibly have stuff. All right, anyways, I've been rambling a lot. Maybe you guys are watching a talk or treat right now instead of this. And I'm just wasting my breath. We're starting with HomeGoods, the Grand Central Station HomeGoods, our first visit of what is the spooky season, and I'm gonna end off today looking online at some of the spooky collections like Pottery Barn and Anthropologie. If you haven't seen the Anthropologie Halloween items this year, just wait till the end. It's so good. So good. Just in case we don't find too much out this week, we will have that to look forward to at the end. That's where we're at. That's the explanation. Let's go somewhere, shall we? Oh, it has been too long. Hello, Grand Central Station HomeGoods. Right when I walked in, I saw a new cart coming out, and looky what I found. I saw a Summerween candy jack-o'-lantern piece. So I kind of went to where the seasonal stuff usually sits, and they did have a section starting to be put together. It was very heavily Summerween, as you can see by all the ghosts on floaties and in their cabins, all of the pineapples and skull pineapples and such, but I was so happy to see it. This skull pineapple that lights up was actually quite cool and kind of creepy looking. I thought the spooky cocktail pillow was really cute too. And of course I had to check around the whole store just in case, and the only other thing that I found was this Peanuts mummy mug, which was really cute. It is official, ghouls and ghosties. We are haunt hunting. We are officially in haunt hunting mode. I feel that HomeGoods was totally setting up a Halloween section. I know that it was heavily summerween with all of the floaties and tubes and ice cream cones and pineapples and such, but there were a couple pieces like that ghost pillow that point towards true, genuine Halloween spookiness, and I'm so freaking excited, folks. It is beginning, and I'm so excited. So we are up at home now. We're up at home. We have pulled up to at home, and the freaking cherry on top of the spooky Sunday would be if at home had anything going out. I just want to say one thing. Just one thing. One itsy bitsy teensy tiny little spider or something like that. I don't know. My hopes are high now. I'm really excited. Like I said, we're going to another HomeGoods today, my local one. And we got Michael's still. We got a Marshall's still. I'm feeling all the spooky vibes, guys. I'm so excited. Okay, let's go to at home. I was definitely not as hopeful with at home, but fingers crossed, and when I walked in, it was a good sign that they actually had cleared out all of the 4th of July. I honestly don't even know where they put it, but the whole seasonal aisle was empty, which to me means spookiness is coming. And this crow in the parking lot was feeling the spooky vibes. So I decided to check my other local Michael's. This is not the same one as last week, just in case there were some items I didn't see at the one we went to last week. And there actually were a couple new items like this Scary Movies and Chill faux VHS tape. I would pick this up if it was any other color. I don't know if I saw the birds at the other store either, but they have hopped on the Target birds trend at Michael's, and they're pretty cute. I hadn't seen this row of shot glasses either. This was in the pink section. They also had this cute lamp. This would be so good for a little girl's bedroom or something. What blew my mind was that this was $19.99 USD, and that bat makeup cosmetic bag is also $19.99. I don't understand how these two things can be of the same value. I don't believe last week I had seen any of these rugs either. This is a black cat one, and they also had these pink vampire lips. I may have somehow just skipped over it last time, but I don't believe I really saw this pillow. I love this. As you guys know, lately I've been into the purple and black Halloween decor pieces. I almost honestly wanted to pick it up. I also hadn't seen this spider last week either. His legs are fully bendable. They had added some new outdoor signs made of metal as well. They had a skeleton cat, skeleton bat, a ghost, witch's legs, and a jack-o'-lantern. There was also another spooky tree topper. This one was a light up bat. I really like this, and this is another piece I'd probably pick up if it wasn't covered in glitter. They also had added these metal, what look like treat bags. These were really cute, honestly. They'd be adorable with a candle in them. On to Cracker Barrel with me. My hopes were quite high for Cracker Barrel, and when I walked in, there was a section being cleared off, so I think I might just be a day too early. But all of a sudden, when I was leaving, I noticed something in the front corner, and that was a section of larger spooky pieces, so I'm thinking they have everything in the back and have only had room thus far to move out these large items. This floating faceless witch was really cool. It was $100, which obviously is kind of steep, but it is very large. Otherwise, there were a couple repeats from past years. They've changed how this dragon lamp looks, and I do like this new version. Okay, ghouls and ghosties, so if we hadn't decided before that we are in official haunt hunting mode, it would have been decided now because Cracker Barrel is beginning putting out their stuff in store. And I did do some inquiry to find out some inside scoop information. As you saw, I stumbled upon like way over in a front corner that I hadn't even looked in some of the Halloween stuff, some of the like bigger stuff. And so I was like, oh, I wonder if they have like the other stuff in the back and they're just waiting. It sounds like they don't have the other stuff in yet, but they're going to get it in, I think it was tomorrow. And so by Thursday, they'll have it all set up for sure. You guys know me. Being the spooky stalker that I am probably gonna check on Wednesday, even though that's the day they get it in, just in case stuff starts trickling out. I also asked about the Wood Witch. I'll put a picture in, but I'm sure all of you know what I'm talking about. I really like it. I wasn't sure if I really wanted it because I don't often buy a lot of witch items. I like brooms and hats, but I don't buy a lot of like actual witch figures, witch kind of pieces. But lately I've been doing a witch theme like every year. So I for sure wanted to see it in person to make my like final decision because I don't really know how big it is. I don't really know what it feels like, what it looks like in person. So I wanted to see it. So I asked about that. And she did say that with this larger stuff, they had got 6 in and they are all sold. So that is a bummer. Those must have been kind of held in the back or something like that. But she said there's a chance they could get more, possibly. I'm gonna be checking. If I don't find that this year, I'm not gonna be like distraught, but I would love to see it and get like the opportunity at some point this year. So we'll see. It's fine either way, but we will see and keep our fingers crossed. So we're gonna go to my local HomeGoods now and local Marshalls and see what we can find. And then I gotta head home. I've been running around all day today and we're getting our driveway repaved and I got work to do. So I need to like get home and stop haunt hunting, but that's very hard to do, especially when we're this early and we're finally seeing something. So let's go to HomeGoods. Next up, we went to my local Marshalls to see if there was anything new, and they did have a few new kitchen towels. If you'll remember, they did have some last time, but they didn't have these two. I like this haunted house one a lot, and the candy one was new as well. Plus, one of the floaty ghosts did make it to Marshalls. Lastly, onto my home base, my local HomeGoods, and oh my gosh, guys, they actually had a section of Halloween. I was so excited. So this end stand had quite a bit of Summerween again, but as you can see, not all of it is necessarily Summerween. Some was repeats from the other HomeGoods, but some were new items I hadn't seen yet. A lot more floaties with monsters and stuff in them, kind of like the ghost floaties. There was a Bride of Frankenstein and there was a skeleton one. Some classic jack-o'-lanterns and ghosts, but get ready for this. There was also an end stand of classic Halloween. There were some striped pumpkins and some striped plush mushrooms. Above that was the outdoor floral painted jack-o'-lanterns. I own 2 of these and I love them. I'd honestly love to pick up some more. And above that was this ghost pillow of a pumpkin. It was very odd. There was also a snow globe of a Grim Reaper with an orb of skulls. They had some crow candle stands. Now this is not Summerween stuff for sure. They had a wraith with a lantern that the face lights up in. They had a mummy figurine and this bust of kind of a ghoulish, ghostly Grim Reaper character. There were these light up candle metal Frankenstein heads, and behind me was even more. There was a bat wreath, well, 4 bat wreaths, the skeleton mirror from the past few years. I've actually never seen this in person, I don't think. And then they had these tall light up ghosts from the Martha Stewart line that were so cute. They look like Pottery Barn. So of course, I had to check all the aisles, and in the kitchen aisle, they had this ceramic Jack Skellington pumpkin canister. It was pretty pricey, it was $30 for some reason, but they also had some Hello Kitty items going out. And again, they had the Mummy Peanuts mug and 1 jack-o'-lantern ceramic piece. Ghouls and ghosties, I am freaking out. I'm freaking shook. I cannot believe. What day is it? The 24th? Yeah, it's the 24th. Pinch me. Like, what? Do you see what I see? Did you see what I saw in HomeGoods? And my local HomeGoods. Once again, I'm getting a flashback. There was like haunt hunting, I think 2 or 3 years ago, 2022 or 2023. I was sitting kind of out in the HomeGoods parking lot like this, freaking out because it was our first sighting of like a good amount, and I had seen a couple things, and that's exactly what's happening. But I feel like we're like at least a week or 2 weeks earlier than that time. I am like in disbelief with how much success we had today, and the fact that we almost saw Halloween at every stop. At Home is the only place that needs to catch up a little bit. The manager at this HomeGoods, who, no surprise, recognizes me because I might be a frequent flyer. Like, I do come in here a bit frequently in the spooky season. She saw me like right away and she's like, "We have Halloween coming in already." And I was like, "Really?" And she's like, "Have you heard of Summerween?" And I was like, "I definitely have heard of the concept, and I think stores are starting to embrace it this year." And she's like, "Well, we have Halloween, we have Summerween." And I didn't expect as much as I saw. Like, those were large, substantial, very ooky kooky and spooky pieces. I'm so excited. We're in full-blown haunt hunt mode. We will be checking here frequently. We're gonna go to Grand Central Station, HomeGoods, more frequently. I gotta get back to Cracker Barrel Wednesday or Thursday. At Home seems to be minutes, seconds, milliseconds away, like days away. That might be next week that we actually see something, but they seem very close to putting out Halloween. What is going on? What kind of spooky wonderland are we living in right now? I'm so excited with how much we've seen today. I'm gonna sign off and head home for today, but there are more clips to come in this video, so I'll catch you guys in a minute. Hi, ghouls and ghosties. We're kind of sitting in the same place we were yesterday. Yes, it is the next day. It is now June 25th. I think that means today is... I feel like I don't really start paying attention to the dates super well until like we're after the 4th of July and like deeper into haunt hunting season. I think it's June 25th right now. We are back at HomeGoods. I don't know if there's going to be anything new, but because they were starting yesterday, I just want to check. Also, I got to do some Target grocery shopping anyways, so like I feel like it's a given. But I do want to check Cracker Barrel. I said I was going to do it again today, and I am. I don't know if the employee I talked to is going to be like, "Hey, I told you to come Thursday. Why are you here again?" But I'm sure it's not that big of a deal. I just overthink everything. So I'm gonna check there. It's 2:15 now. I probably would have liked to waited to go a little bit later, but that's why I'm making that my last stop. It might be around like 3:30, probably more like 3:30 when we go there. So hopefully they'll have put some out. We'll see. Happy second day of haunt hunting. I'm so excited. I was way too excited about yesterday's finds that I had to hurry back to HomeGoods, as I just said, and unfortunately, I think I jumped the gun. There was nothing new, basically all the same stuff. So we went to Cracker Barrel next, and I had my hopes really high now, and sure enough, everything was out in the front section. There were skull pieces, the skull bowl we saw from a couple years back with these small skulls in it. And next to that was kind of an Edgar Allan Poe inspired jar of pens. Above that was an Edgar Allan Poe book and even some salt and pepper shakers. This skull mug they've had for a few years, and they had quite a few other books like this Poe word search. They had this light up kind of snow globe skull house and a couple of skeletons. They had a few signs as well. They had some blow molds, the witch, the more evil looking witch, which is the one that I prefer. They had this snake's venom jar, which I loved how the water moved in it. This tumbler that said I'm 100% that witch. They had more salt and pepper shakers, and they had this cauldron candle that was really cute. Here's a better look at the witch. Again, I prefer this more evil looking one versus their smiling one they've had. Some more salt and pepper shakers. They had Frankenstein and his bride, and then they had some hand soap that looked like an evil potion. They had this eyeball plant situation. I think it lit up, but this was not plugged in. And then they had this moving candelabra that lunges at you. It kind of caught me off guard, honestly. I really liked this haunted house, and I honestly was tempted to get it, but it was kind of pricey. Watch it open up. It really reminded me of the movie Monster House. They had another snow globe type thing, but it was a tree, and again, more books. They had this just a little ray of pitch black, which I honestly was kind of tempted to pick up. They had their usual display of spooky jewelry, which was really cute. And I've actually never seen the wall wraith with the light globe in person. It was a lot bigger than I expected, and it was actually really cool. Again, all kinds of salt and pepper shakers, and they also had all kinds of ornaments, which is one of my favorite things that Cracker Barrel has, is all of their ornaments. As you guys know, for Spooky Christmas, I put up a spooky tree, and I fill it with haunted, spooky, creepy, kooky ornaments. So this is one of my favorite places to get it. They had this crow or raven lamp that was really cool. It was made of metal. They had this plush snake that actually I think is tree garland, which is a pretty cool idea, and these kind of blow mold inspired ornaments as well. My hair is going wet. It is like so humid outside right now. Okay, that was a success. I didn't see the Wood Witch. They didn't have it. I talked to the same lady from yesterday. She was not bothered by me coming again. She actually, I don't even think, really recognized me at first, which I was like, okay, good. She said maybe around mid-July there's a chance that they could get more. Again, not something I'm gonna be heartbroken about if I miss out on. I'd love to see it in person just to kind of like, oh my gosh, just to make like a decision and like just have the ability to get it if I do like it, but it's fine. I did grab a couple ornaments. I'm obviously not going to show you guys which ones I got until we do our first Halloween, which I'm sure is a couple weeks away still. Even though I always get so antsy too because I never use or like decorate with my stuff until we do that. Tomorrow, we are going to check at home just one last time for this Haunt Hunt week and see and hope that they have something. I kind of doubt it. I'm hoping honestly that next week we have some luck with at home before I go on my yearly vacation, but that's the plan for tomorrow. Otherwise, like I said, we're gonna be doing a look through, like an online shopping experience. We're gonna look together online at the Anthropology and I think new Pottery Barn stuff tomorrow. So that'll be at the end of the video. I'm so excited. I don't know if I told you guys, I did order some anthro stuff and I do have more on my wish list. There's just no way I could spend that much money, so I'm like spacing it out to make sure like I really want this, but I did order some that I knew I couldn't live without, and there's so much good stuff. So anyways, okay, that's all for today, but I will see you guys in like 1 second. I actually heard from an inside source that our at home might not get Halloween out until the 5th for some reason. So we just went to HomeGoods today, and the Grand Central Station HomeGoods had definitely added more Halloween out. There were quite a few things that I had seen at my local HomeGoods, but there was some new stuff that I hadn't seen there yet, like the spooky tree with the jack-o'-lantern on the bottom, but they did have the wraiths. This was a cool wood spider and spider web piece, and Grandpa pumpkins are totally making their comeback. Of course, so are disco ball pumpkins. This fuzzy pumpkin pillow has been around before, and I think all of these triple ghost pillows have been around for the past few years. Otherwise, it was a lot of stuff we had already seen here or we had already seen at my local HomeGoods, so I didn't want to show you everything again. This candy corn couple was really cute though. They had quite a few of those felt pieces, and this pumpkin flamingo was definitely new. I do not know how I feel about that one. This HomeGoods had this larger jack-o'-lantern stack with ghosts floating around it. And then over in the kitchen area, they had some ceramic pieces, some jack-o'-lanterns and haunted houses, and they had some small Hello Kitty pieces and this kind of Day of the Dead cat. Honestly, these were my favorite things that I saw. So they had some new kitchen towels. This Halloween character one was really cute. And then I loved these green and black spiderweb ones, but they were pretty pricey. It was $15 and you get 3. I just felt like that was quite a lot. They were high quality, but hopefully I can find some other kitchen towels that I like more or equally for less. Good afternoon, ghouls and ghosties. It is actually Friday, right before this goes up, that I'm filming this. So this is like on the spot, on time news reporting, spooky news update. I'm not gonna put on the whole like spiked devil hair and stuff, but this is in real time. So one of you actually had requested this in last week's video, and I am more than happy to do this, but we're gonna be going through the new Pottery Barn stuff for this year and the new anthropology stuff for this year that is on their website. Neither of these stores have anything in store, but the websites are packed. I'm really excited about this. So whoever requested, I should have wrote down your username, but thank you for requesting this. I'm really excited to go over this with you guys. And I was gonna like scene set and put up spooky stuff all around me, but then I realized you're mainly gonna be looking at my computer screen, so it doesn't really matter that much. I'm just gonna be like this little window at the bottom. Anyways, we are going to go over Pottery Barn first, and then we're gonna go over Anthro because I'm, spoiler alert, more excited about Anthro this year than I am for Pottery Barn. So let's do this, ghouls and ghosties. Okay, first up, we are on the Pottery Barn website. For some reason, it still says sneak peek to the Halloween shop. I thought it was saying that before because it was all the repeats, but maybe that's just what they're saying because it's still early in the season. But let's go through this. I'm gonna mainly focus on what's new this year versus stuff they've had before. So there's a lot of repeats, as per usual, as to be expected, but we're gonna go over the new stuff a little more diligently, a little more critically, I guess. So I think this cat ghost shaped pillow is new. It seems like a lot of stores are doing the whole like ghost cat, ghost dog thing. I know it's always been a thing, but it's like a really big thing this year. I don't really know why. Here's also a bat cat pillow. Again, I don't get the whole cat dog thing. I'm a dog person, but dog Halloween decor probably wouldn't really ever be my taste. There's a vampire dog as well, as you can see. They look really nice and well made. I have the light up jack-o'-lantern pillow from Pottery Barn, and I can attest the quality is peak. It is so nice. So they look really nice quality, and I'm sure they are, but I definitely wouldn't be grabbing those. There's also this Mr. Pumpkin head-shaped pillow. I probably like him most of the ones we've went over so far, but it's not one that I would want. There's a ghost dog outdoor decor piece as well. They've got this new, once again, dog and cat decor pillow. I don't know why this dog is like throwing a bat or something. That's kind of a confusing graphic. There's this puppy pillow too. It looks really soft. Like it almost looks like real puppy. Like it's very fuzzy. I don't know if Gus the ghost with the witch hat is new, but that's a really cute one, honestly, if it is. There's this Boo pumpkin as well. I can tell that that's the same material as the jack-o'-lantern, which again is super soft, so that's cute. There's this skeleton blanket where they're all kind of dancing around. I like that, but again, not something I need, and it's $100. As I told you guys before, the ghost mirror this year is $600, which is crazy. I'm so happy that I already own that. This is a huge bummer to me. If you can see me like flickering over this right now. I filmed a TikTok /reel/short that I'm gonna be putting up soon about a Cracker Barrel item I picked up, and I did this whole scene setting in the background with haunted house items. And while I was setting it up, I thought to myself, Pottery Barn should make a light up haunted house pillow. That'd be so cool. It could look like a haunted house and all the lights could be in the windows. And then it was like the next day that they released this. And I'm so disappointed by it. It is not what I pictured at all. It's like the silhouette of a haunted house. I love that they did the lights in the windows, but why? There's nothing going on. I just don't, it looks like a blob. Like, I can tell it's a haunted house, but it looks like a cookie cutter or a blob. I don't know. I'm just so disappointed. I thought it would look more like their haunted house cookie jar and plates that they have. I'll point those out when we get to them. These bat pillows are really cute. I don't even feel like I saw these when I looked last. But again, $70. Like, I feel like at HomeGoods you can find stuff just as cute. We've got another dog, and then we have a boo pillow, which again, like $90. This, oh, it's beaded. I was gonna say this almost looks like outdoor safe, but it's just beaded. They have these new ghost candle holders, and again, of course, there's a dog one. I like the jack-o'-lantern holding ghost one, but I would never pay $40 for it, I will say that. And then they have this ghost centerpiece. It looks like something you could get at HomeGoods. I'm trying not to be negative in this. Trust me, especially when we get to Anthro, I'm gonna be very, very, very positive. There is an outdoor light up ghost cat. And this, I think these branch cone trees are new too. Those are pretty cool. Again, I don't, honestly, have they been adding more? I don't think I saw those either. If there's gonna be more, that's gonna be a bad thing for me. There's some more kind of branch trees that are really nice, but again, it's overpriced for something like that. There's also these berry trees, not my favorite. There's this ghost bat. We're really going all in on like the ghost creatures. This looks like something very easy to DIY. I cannot believe that there's anyone that would pay $70 for that. Okay, here's the cookie jar I'm talking about, or the candy bowl. This is what I pictured the pillow looking like, with the orange trim and the like defined roof sections and defined door and everything. This as a pillow with lights in the windows, like no questions. Even if it was $100, I'd save up and I'd probably buy it. Like, that would be so cute. And it could be like boxy, because I know they make their pillows like pretty 3D and shaped. Why is that one flat? I want it to be boxy. I don't know. I'm so bummed about that haunted house pillow. It had so much potential. They did expand on that haunted house line though. So there is this platter that has these cookies on it in their picture. That is really cute. It is $70, which again is wild, but I do like their haunted house pieces, their kitchen pieces. And then this ghost wreath, I believe, is new as well. It's cute, but again, I just feel like you could DIY it. You could even buy separate little ghosts from like HomeGoods and then make this if you didn't want to do every step. There's some new wine pieces, like these wine like ghost covers, but it's not something I'm super into. And then these ghost toppers, again, it's a little childish. You can see I hearted this. I do like these stir sticks, and I feel like $16.50 for 4 of them, shockingly, isn't really that bad, especially because I'm sure they're like handcrafted glass and such. I like those. And then I do like this haunted house like bowl. I guess it would keep your soup like warm, and that's why there's a lid on it. At first I was like, why is there a lid on a bowl? So I really like these. The fact that it's $50 for one, and you'd probably want like at least 2, but maybe 4. I hope that those make it to clearance. And then they do have a salt and pepper shaker from that haunted house collection. Again, cute. I'd probably honestly buy those and use them as just decor pieces, which I'd consider. Do you get both? Both for $30 for Pottery Barn isn't really that bad, honestly. There's a ghost pitcher. Everybody's kind of doing these like embossed glass situations. There's a shaker as well. I've seen At Home is gonna have them. You will see that Anthropologie has them. I would definitely not go the route of buying them from Pottery Barn if I was gonna get them. Okay, there's gotta be more stuff coming out. Look at this planter of this skull. I don't even think this is posted yet. And what is this in the background? Like a haunted house canister? Are we getting another Pottery Barn drop? Is that why everything is kind of lackluster? Because there's more? I question. I have a feeling that Pottery Barn might drop more. Anyways, let's keep going. Okay, we're just getting through all the stuff that we've seen before. Pottery Barn release is really confusing me this year. There was like a picture frame. For some reason, that's like the one thing I can remember that I'm not. So there's like a picture frame. I'm a little suspicious about it. And those flameless ghost candles. One of my favorite. Okay, so those are still active. So this is something I really like and I want. I at first was fooled and thought this was a decent value because I thought you got 2 for $30. I was wrong. You get one. These are so freaking cute, and the fact that they are like flameless, they are battery reusable, makes me think they're more worth the price. They would arrive in October. Oh my gosh, Pottery Barn, back stock. So at some point I kind of want to buy 2 of these, so we'll see. What about these books? Those might just be set dressing. Plus, while editing, I noticed these glasses. But hold on, let me show you guys something, then we're gonna move on to Anthro. So this Gus the Ghost witch frame is $50. Ridiculous. There's no listing for that witch hat frame. I have a feeling that Pottery Barn is gonna release more, because this has no listing on the Pottery Barn website. And there's no way this is just like a set dressing piece. I wonder if they're gonna do like an October or like late July. I've already spent too much time doing this, so let's move on to Anthro. So there's new glasses. Again, the embossed glasses are all over the place. They're cute, not something I would technically necessarily buy. Oh, look at the little Boston Terrier slash French. They say Frenchies, but those look like Bostons. Well, one of them looks like a Boston. Little doormat, that is so cute. Okay, so this bat bowl and this whole bat ceramic collection is so freaking cute. You can get like a mug, as you can see, a plate. They have it in cat, bat, ghost. They have this really adorable ghost window doormat that I think is so cute. And then this tricks and treats canister set in this like tile is so cute. Like super, super adorable. I'm not gonna literally talk about every single thing, but as you can see, you will see everything. I don't think we have the time. So this bat utensil holder is stunning. I think it's so cute and so gorgeous and so classy. That is like an all-year kitchen piece, and you guys know I have an all-year. Oh my gosh, there's my favorite one. Okay, so my favorite thing from Anthro, I think this year, is this trick or treat popcorn bowl. I mean, it's not only for popcorn, but that's what the picture is. This thing is like, I would pass this on for generations. It is so classy, classic, fancy, cool. Like I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so there's these like houses, these like cardboard houses that are really cool. There's a lot of this tile collection. I'm just gonna be upfront with you guys. I love everything from the whole tile collection. I love this trick or treat plate. That is on my wish list. I don't even know why that's not hearted. I want that really bad. It is so freaking cute. This bat vase, I don't know if I forgot to heart everything, but this moon vase is also really cute. This purple is rich and like luxurious looking. This Joanna Parker inspired dish towel is so cute as well. Again, a lot of the like embossed glass pieces. Got a moon candle. Have they been adding stuff too? I'm confused. I don't feel like I saw this That's the Spirit dish towel. If everybody is like not done, I'm gonna lose my mind. This New Yorker puzzle, I actually am obsessed with. It's adorable. It's so cute. These matchboxes are also so cute. Like I can't. So this is weird. I like this bat wreath. The wings on the bat is like this one are really, really cool. When I was looking at it, I can't tell if the white bats are like reflecting off of like a light, because as you can see, the metal at the top that's hanging, I think is reflecting light. So I can't tell if they're reflecting light or if they are white. If they're white, I don't really like this, but if they are like gunmetal or black and they're just reflecting, I would love this, and I'd honestly probably buy it. I wish they had more pictures of it. Again, we've got the embossed stuff. This is really cool, this wall hanging candle holder. I don't really have a place, I don't think that I'd put this, but it's really cool. I also would never put an open flame that close to my wall. More of the tile stuff. This is really cool, this death moth dish towel. Got another page. Okay, we're just scrolling together here until something else catches my attention. Oh my gosh, they've added more. What is this? Oh my gosh, they've added more. Guys, we might be buying stuff together now. What? What is this? What's this? What's this? Ghoulish Delights with the bat inside. What's this one? Witching hour. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Guys, they added stuff. I should have known. Look, you can see them here in the picture of the bowl. Is that a mug? More mugs. Teacup? Plates? That moment that I realized I'm gonna go broke with the Anthropologie Halloween collection. There is like a cat and dog collar, which I am also ordering at some point. I want this one, the trick-or-treat one. This is the cat one, but there is a dog. I don't as much like these kind of like it almost looks Egyptian to me. These like feather, it's a collaboration, Catherine Martin. I'm not as into that collection. Oh, there's the mug. Shoot. Look at the plate. I want it just for the plate. Don't look. Okay, you can look now. What's the plate on? Okay, I don't like the cat one as much. Shoot. Son of a... Oh. This is all new. There's new stuff. Oh my gosh. Oh, I had seen this. So there's a pug and this little, is that like a little bull terrier or something? He's so cute. These are really cool. Okay, so there's these art pieces and there's other spooky ones. There's this skull. They're like trays. This is really pretty. This isn't Halloween, but that's really pretty. Death moths, normal, the tree ones. What? This is new. Nobody told me there's more. Why are people trickling out collections? That's like emotionally too much. Why do I love this? Wreath. Oh my gosh, wait, okay. I want to DIY this, is what I want to do. I don't need to buy something like this for that much. Sorry if that just like threw people's eyes off. What? That is so cool. It's giving like witches, like... layer. They've had these like spiderweb metal pieces for a while. This cat vase I think is new. I didn't see that when I looked. I think this bat plate is from last year. I literally thought they were selling the tub. These are really cool. These serpent. Do you get both? No, I think you get one. These are there other ones? There's a gold serpent. There's a silver serpent. I like the black one. Shocker. I'm gonna get my credit card upstairs and I'm gonna buy a couple things. Are you freaking kidding me? 70, like, that's not that bad. For like 5 things from Anthropologie, that's not that bad. Okay. I'm gonna go buy these. So that was my review. Anthro is killing it. Pottery Barn and Anthro seem to possibly be trickling stuff out. Pottery Barn, I'm predicting there's gonna be another drop, probably like one more. And Anthro, I think recently, maybe today, maybe yesterday, just did another drop because I just checked this stuff yesterday. Anyways. That's all that I have today, ghouls and ghosties. I hope you enjoyed this little spooky kind of like online haunt hunting. I can't think of a pun. Usually I can come up with puns. Halloween shopping? I don't know. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. I don't know if I'll do this in the future unless you guys really liked this, but that's all that I have for you today, ghouls and ghosties. Like I said, I'm actually gonna go get my credit card and check out with this stuff right now. I will see you next week for yet another week of haunt hunting. Goodbye.